be doing is we're going to be sorting our animals today into two different groups, into mammals and insects. And that's going to be what's called classification, okay? Great. So now, to be able to do that though, we have to learn what are some of the big characteristics or things that make an animal a mammal. So, I put together a handy-dandy presentation for you all about mammals and insects. So, first of all mammals are vertebrates, which means that they have a backbone or a spine. Can everyone point to me on your back? Where's your spine?
It's right on your neck.
Yeah, it's right on your neck and it goes all the way down your back, right? And can someone raise their hand and tell me, what does your spine do? Why is your spine really important? Yeah, Ben?
It holds your ribcage together.
It holds your ribcage together really good, yeah. Zach?
It holds all of your bones together and your ribs and like some type of, and like the big bones on you, and it keeps your brain, and it helps like so the food, and it helps like the pipes on your inside, the tubes that brings the food and water places.
Great,
like,
yeah.
And it makes it so you're able to eat unhealthy too.
It makes it so you can eat unhealthy too. Well, it actually, yeah, your spine, what you said at the beginning, Zach, was really good, that our spine is what helps hold everything else in our body together. So we can see, like, in some of these animals, not all of these are mammals, but like you can even see in the human over there, right? That's our skeleton, and right here is our spine, and that's so important because look that goes through our entire back there and it holds everything together. So all mammals have this backbone or spine. And that's what makes them what's called a vertebrate, okay? That's kind of a big, hard word, but what's really important for you guys to remember today is that all mammals have a spine or a backbone like we do, okay? Does that make sense?
We have a
Great.
spine and a backbone.
We do have a spine and a backbone, you're right. Okay, the next thing that all mammals are...
Parker said and a butt.
Okay, you're right, animals do have butts. We're not going to talk about that, okay?
Okay,
everyone, we gotta focus. Okay. All mammals are endothermic. And that's also a really big word. And I don't expect you guys to remember what endothermic means, but in the future you guys might have to use that in like high school, in your high school science classes. But for now, we're gonna remember that means all mammals are, Alex, all mammals are warm-blooded. Do you know what that means? That all mammals are warm-blooded? Yeah, Kylie?
That means that they may be in the cold and they will stay warm.
Really good, Kylie. That's exactly right.
If they're in the warm place, they'll stay super warm.
They'll stay really warm, right? Yeah, Brooklyn?
Warm-blooded is like how a snake is, how they need a heat lamp in their cage.
Right, so snakes aren't actually mammals, right? Because snakes are what's called cold-blooded. Because just like you said, to be able to stay warm in their cages, they have to have a lamp on them to keep them warm. But you can't see, Alex? Okay, why don't you come sit right over here by Ben then, okay? Okay, so when we say that a mammal is endothermic or warm-blooded, it means exactly what Kylie said, that no matter where this animal is, they still can stay warm. So they don't need like extra lamps like a snake does to stay warm, that their body temperature always stays the same. So like for example, a polar bear is a mammal because even though, where do polar bears live?
North Pole.
Yeah, they live at the North Pole, right? They live where, or like Antarctica, or like those places where it's really cold. Yeah, so Antarctica too. Yeah, so polar bears live where it's really, really cold. But even though it's really cold, they're able to survive in that weather because their temperature inside of their bodies is still really warm. And we're warm-blooded, right? Because you guys can go outside and play where it's really, really cold, and your body is still warm on the inside. You don't become human popsicles like I was telling Parker earlier, right? You didn't become human popsicles. You guys are still alive. Yeah, Kylie?
I figured that out because it's called warm blood, and cold blood means like a snake. It means they're cold.
Right.
So it's kind of the opposite, but you still will be warm, even if you have fur.
That's really good, Kylie. I'm glad that you used the vocabulary words warm and blood to help you know that means our blood is nice and warm inside, right? Great. Okay, so the next thing that makes a mammal, a couple things, is they have hair on their bodies. Just like, look at this pig. It's super hairy, right? And just like the polar bear in the last picture, they have hair on their bodies. And we have hair on our bodies, right? Everyone feel your arms. Are your arms a little hairy?
No.
No. Maybe not all of you have really hairy arms, but everyone has hair on their bodies. And can someone raise their hand and tell me, why do you think we need hair on our bodies? Hi, Hania? To stay warm? Yeah, exactly right. Our hair on our bodies keeps us warm. And yeah, Alec?
My dad has so much hair that you can really see it.
Your dad has so much hair that you can really see it? Yeah, Karachi?
Maybe with all that hair, it could make a sweater.
You think with all that hair you could make a sweater? That's possible, yeah. Kylie?
Some people have to have like some hair because, like, say, pigs and dogs, they have hair. They have to have that. They have to have their wool because then they won't be that cold, and then you won't see their bare skin.
Right, so the hair helps us to stay warm, right? And it also protects our skin. Yeah, Zash?
A really fancy word for it is called fur.
Yeah, a fancy word for it is fur. So like, what kind of animal, can someone raise their hand and tell me an animal that has fur? Yeah, Ava?
A horse.
A horse, right, yep. Alec?
A dog.
A dog, yep, a dog has fur. Curtis?
Cat.
Yeah, cats have fur, great, awesome. We're gonna give some more examples later of different mammals that have fur, okay? But let's talk about the next characteristic. So mammals also produce milk to feed their babies. So do you see, like in this picture here, this pig? Look at what are those baby pigs doing? They're getting milk, right? They're eating. The mama has milk inside of her, and they're able to suck on her belly, right, to get the milk out of her. Just like when you guys are babies, your mama feeds you, right? And she produces milk for you? Yeah.
My mom only ate the healthiest food in the world.
That's good that she ate healthy food. Yeah, Alec?
Daddy's a lot of babies.
Those are a lot of babies, aren't they? That's a lot. That mama definitely gave birth to a lot of babies. Okay, and that actually leads me to my next point, that mammals give birth to live young, which means that, can anyone tell me what you think that means? Mohammed, can you sit down, please? Thank you. Yeah, can I cheat?
Maybe it means it gives birth to living animals and
Yeah, right? Yeah, so we know that birds and chickens and hens, they all lay eggs, right? They're not mammals because they don't give birth to live young. They don't give birth to animals that just come right out, right? They are in an egg and they first have to be in an egg and then they hatch. But like when we came out of our moms, we were babies, right? We were alive, right? We weren't hatched out of eggs, right? No, that'd be silly. Yeah, got it.
Are cats warm-blooded or cold-blooded?
Cats are warm-blooded because they have a spine. They are warm-blooded. They have fur, and they're mammals because they give birth to baby kittens, right? They don't lay eggs, right?
Baby kittens are cute.
Baby kittens are really cute. Yeah.
but they have only female and humans we have 2 legs.
So that's a really good point. So some mammals, Zach brings up a really good point. A cat has 4 legs, right? Or a dog has 4 legs, but us humans, we have 2 legs. But cats and dogs are mammals too, and so are we. The amount of legs that they have actually doesn't matter, which is really interesting because that's different than insects, which we'll be learning about in just a minute.
Could have there was some type of mammal that had 500 legs.
I've never seen a mammal that has 500 legs, but that could be possible. Yeah, Hania?
A centipede.
That is 200.
Warm? Oh, like cats and dogs? Yeah, cats and dogs are warm-blooded. Yeah, because they're mammals. Yeah, Kylie?
When you said the chickens have they come out with eggs. Some don't have some don't have they don't have little chicks. They just might lay normal eggs. And then like that pig, it just comes right out.
Right, the pig just comes right out there. She doesn't lay eggs, right? The babies come right out. Good point. And the last one that I want to talk about is that mammals breathe air by using their lungs. Can everyone point, where are your lungs in your body? Now everyone taking a deep breath. Now let it all out. How did you do that? With your lungs, right? Yeah, mammals breathe air by using their lungs. Let's do it one more time. Now let it all out. Yeah, great. Yeah, Zach?
The more you breathe, the higher your lungs get.
Right. That has to do with lung capacity. That's really great. Yeah, good. Awesome. So those are some of the main characteristics that make an animal a mammal. So can someone raise their hand really quick and tell me some of the characteristics that we just went over of a mammal? Can you tell me some of the ones that we learned? Yeah, Kanechi?
Spines.
Good.
Warm-blooded.
Awesome.
And using the lungs.
And using the lungs. Great. Zach, did you have other ones you want to say?
Like you can skin and hair.
Mm-hmm.
And the fancy word fur.
The fancy word endothermic. Invertebrates. Yeah, great. And they produce milk to feed their babies, and they give birth to living young, right? Okay, so now everyone is kind of spread out now. We're not really on our line spots anymore. Can everyone get lined back up on our line spots again? With ourselves crisscross applesauce in our hands in our laps, because that's going to help us to not be distracting to other people and to be able to do our discoveries. Yeah, Alec?
Before we were even born, we were embryos.
That's true, we were embryos. Really good. Okay, great. I'm liking how much straighter these lines are. This is so good. This is going to help us to be able to concentrate and be able to learn so much about mammals and insects, which is so important, okay? All right, so now, look at that. That's pretty cute, right? This is called an I can't even say that, Etruscan shrew, and this one over here is called the Kitti's hog-nosed bat. And these are tied for the smallest living mammals. Those are the smallest.
Whoa.
Like, look at that on their hand, and look at how small that is on their finger. That's really, really small, isn't it? Yeah, Alec?
In a book I have, the Kitty hog-nosed bat is it.
Really? Awesome. That's so cool. So these are the smallest living mammals, and now look at, what's that?
Oh, yeah. The blue whale.
Yeah, that's the blue.
That's the biggest baby.
That is the blue whale. Can anyone raise their hand and tell me how much do you think the blue whale weighs? Yeah, Mohammed? 100 pounds? Ooh, much, much higher than that. Yeah, Kanechi?
1,000.
1,000. Okay, you're getting closer, but it's even much higher than that. Tommy?
Over 1,000.
Over 1,000. That's good. It is over 1,000 by how much, Hania?
100 million.
100 million. Okay, that's too much. That's good.
I have-
Estherita?
10,000.
10,000. Ooh, we're getting closer, but still not quite high enough. Yeah, Alex. Affinity. Oh, that's way, way too much. Yeah, Curtis?
Yeah. 11,000.
11,000. Getting closer. Okay, so I'm going to tell you, guess what it is? It is 600,000 pounds.
Whoa.
Whoa!